Hey everyone, Dev here, coming at you from Titans once again, and in my previous video I explained my reasons for abandoning Laloon and going back to bowlers. Didn't have any bowler videos for you then, but I do now. What we're going to do today is kick off with Jack. Now Jack is a member of our clan, he's starting to get on the bowler train, and he's a advanced Town Hall 10, probably going to go to 11 soon. One of our best war attackers, particularly with Valkyries, so he was looking to do some bowlers of his own. So he's picked this base here, and this is a ring style base. So as per normal, we want to take out the corner parts first, and these corner parts here. Now, unlike me, he's not using a queen walk and he's not using golems to start with. What he's doing instead is using some healers with his bowlers, just two there, and a couple of bowlers, using the fact that the stones rebound off buildings and go for a second one to his advantage to reach across those walls. And you can see that he has now cleared out those corners and is attacking from an edge, usually the best way to go about cracking open a ring base. So I jump there just to get them over the next wall, okay, and he's encountering some resistance. He's frozen that Inferno, but he's also got some CC troops coming out here, so if he was a bit more alert, maybe you could have frozen them all. However, during a raid, you're not really expected to see CC troops all that often, so he can be forgiven. Luckily, he's still got a pretty good amount of bowlers coming through, and he's just doing the damage. A second freeze goes down to shut off that Inferno on multi. He's got his king in front of the queen there, so no queen walking, just using the hero's natural ability. And you could see that the bowlers are reaching over those walls, using the rebound and getting the deeper buildings, which is what they were designed to do quite effectively. Oddly enough, he's got some loons in there. I'm not sure what he was on about with that. Maybe just wanted to experiment for a little bit. Probably a good option for cleanup, but he's still got an air defense up, so they're not going to have too much of an impact on this particular raid. All in all, though, a pretty classy raid here. And it's always good to see some people innovating and tweaking on the idea of a bowler raid. I mean, you've seen my army composition dozens of times now, so just to see a different composition and at a Town Hall 10 level could be just the thing you need. Luckily, we've got a couple of healers latching onto that queen at the end, and you can see there's nothing stopping those bowlers at the bottom there from doing the damage, so we'll speed up for the last couple of seconds here. All in all, Jack, pretty good raid. Good template and something you can build on. Alright, so the next ones are some raids that I've done myself at Town Hall 11. So the next one here is against Header, and taking a look at this base, it's a bit sort of schizophrenic, I'd say. We've got, say, Town Hall 11, and we've got mid Town Hall 10 defences, and we've got no Eagle Artillery. So obviously this person has kept the Eagle Artillery away, either because of cost, but most likely because of war weight. And I would say that this person is probably in the wrong here, though. They're a bit too high in their defences to be fully engineered, and their heroes are too low to be fully engineered, yet their defences would indicate that they have rushed a little bit. So, a bit hard to pick. Anyway, I'm going to roll it. So we're going to go in with a queen walk on this flank. Okay, and then I'm going to try to clear out these buildings in here. Particularly, I want that barbarian pad and I want that cannon, and if I can pick up that warden, then I'm doing well, and then drive my bowlers through this part of the base here. Noting, of course, the Inferno towers are side by side, easy prey for a well-placed freeze. So my queen's going to work down in that bottom corner, and I've got some loons on the way. Ooh, this could be dangerous. Alright, so you really want to take those out as soon as possible. My bowler raids don't tend to do well against CC troops in the air. Fortunately, I packed some poisons. Didn't commit any more troops, so the poison was set up so that they had to stay in there, and the loons fall away. Queen still does her thing, none the wiser. Right, now I mentioned I wanted to get these particular buildings with my initial sortie. That didn't work. Okay, so I'm just going to have to hope that my bowlers go through here naturally and don't sort of veer off course and try and take out these buildings. So we've got another screen of wizards and giants. Conscious of the fact that barbarian pad, I decided to move onto the corner. Now, Previously, I have suggested that attacking a ring base from a corner is not a good idea. It gives the bowlers too many options in terms of going left or right rather than straight. Bowlers work best in a straight line. As you can see, I've now got them going in a straight line. They're doing some real damage here. And of course, if you're attacking from a corner, you've got to make sure your Pythagoras is pretty good, because the bowlers will go from for the nearest target, and sometimes it will be off to the side. Next video will show that. Alright, so raging up my bowlers, getting them through that core, freezing off those infernos as per normal, and now we are looking for a way to escape. Fortunately, I've still got my queen. Don't know where the healers went. Oh, they went up with the king and the pecker and the warden there. So I'm just going to fast forward here because this base is on the verge of teetering and falling. Picking up some pretty good loot in this raid as well. Noting that the loot bonus at 280k is pretty substantial. I just can't get over that. I mean, for years and years and years, I was doing sort of 100k bonus raids and stuff in Crystal, and now that I've moved to Masters and Champions and now Titans, I'm actually getting through my Town Hall even pretty quickly. It's only been about 6 weeks, but I'm already 15% of the way through. It's pretty good rate there. All right, so finishing off that base in style with a swag queen ability. Alright. So another ring base that I've got was the latest attack. Here we go. Oh, one of these 4 corner bases you see all the time. Kiddies, make sure you're focusing. Watch this video over and over. This base all over the place. Right, so the way to do it, take out a corner patch here. I like to use my queen, busting in with the wall breakers, of course. There we go. And you want to take these buildings here. If you can get these ones, okay, and then over on this side, if you can get these ones, then you're doing a pretty good job. Right, so in go the giants. Now, they cleared all the traps away if there were any, so the wizards in a clump, okay, because you really want them to get in with a wedge and just split that part there open. So a few more giants and a few more wizards. Fortunately, no eagle artillery to worry about in this. And then making a pathway with my jumps and getting the bowlers in. Okay, so again, my meat shield, and then my warden, and then my bowlers. Bowlers move a bit quicker than the warden, so you got to time that right. Inferno on single is going to cause an issue. Luckily, we crush it, and then I freeze off the other one, popping the Grand Warden ability so that the Queen doesn't do too much damage before she goes down in a blaze of glory. Meat Shield stays in front of the bowlers, which is awesome. Clears out the core. Yep, as you can see over there, the bowlers just smashed that king over. And we have cleared out the majority of the base in short order. No real resistance left. We've got a queen still walking with the healers, and we've got a golem taking the fire from those cannons. Pecker in front. All in all, a fairly convincing victory here. Yeah, okay, Dev, it was a mid-level Town Hall 10 on a fairly common base design. But luckily, you know, don't really care. I got the loot. There we go. Okay, so where does it all go wrong for me? Well, it can go wrong. And there are some less than ideal situations. Now, I'm just going to show you here a base where it hasn't necessarily gone all wrong. Okay, as a matter of fact, in this base, I think I did okay. All right, and in this one, I'm going to queen walk. I'm going to start with my queen walk from this flank here, as you can see, and then try to clear out these buildings here. Once the queen gets enough of those buildings sorted out, I'm going to try and get her in to take out this eagle artillery. And here's where you've got to be patient, and here's where, if your queen is strong enough, you can actually get some good value, because you're not going to trigger the eagle artillery on a queen walk normally. Okay, some people use a rage spell. I prefer to hold that for my bowlers. So here I pop the ability rather than dropping a rage. If my spell composition was a bit different, then I would look at doing that. But now she's under no real threat. She's got the Tesla, yeah. But now we've got that eagle artillery going down. In come the wall breakers. Making a gap up here is good. You don't want them to break over here, because this wall is going to serve as a natural funnel for the bowlers to come through into this area. The presence of this Tesla here would indicate there's another one in there because this base is symmetrical. Okay, and then you can pick that the bowlers are going to path their way through this part of the base. Okay, so the queen is going to just do her thing, still walking as she does. Okay, and she's just picking up those buildings, picking up that Tesla, picking up that air defense. All right, waiting for the rage, waiting for the rage. There's the first one. Getting in there, the king and the meat shield, they feel the effects, they race ahead, create a bit of a gap, let the bowlers do their thing. Second rage goes down in the middle of that core, hasn't done much yet, but once the bowlers jump in, there we go, all done. Okay, popping off the king, popping off the warden abilities, and now it's just a matter of sit back and hope that you get everything, because you can't do anything else here, so we'll speed it up. Queen walk, still quite strong. Bowlers are petering out a little bit, okay, coming up against some max Town Hall 11 defences in terms of those cannons and the Expos and the Teslas. Okay, so you can see that this army that got me through Town Hall 10 is still serving me pretty well at mid Town Hall 11 as well. So pretty happy with that. Alright, and it's a good cheap army. I've made profit on Dark already before the loot bonus. Haven't made profit on the pink yet, but once that bonus comes in at 70%, I'm now going to get all of it. I'm going to walk away with a little bit of pink too to my name. Gold doesn't really matter; it just goes into walls. Okay, so I mentioned that it can go wrong. Here's where it sort of goes wrong a little bit. True Blue, either an Australian or a Madonna fan or both. And a Town Hall 10, I should be rolling this, okay, but I make a couple of errors here. It's a ring base. So clearing out a corner, clearing out the second corner, not worrying about the Eagle Artillery of course, hoping to drive my bowlers in through this part here with a jump path, and getting the wall breakers to make the queen go in to really take out as many of those buildings in that corner as possible, and a wedge of giants and wizards as well to try and take out the other corner. So far so good, so standard, looking pretty good. But then I make a little bit of an error. I got a little bit complacent. And it's this elixir collector up in the north here by these buildings here that makes me go a little bit skew with. Putting a jump down here, I really should have put it up on these walls first and then in there, but I didn't. And as a result, my meat goes in first, but then my pecker, I should have been more observant, starts to attack that. That indicates when the bowlers go down. Yeah, you see now they're all going there rather than into the core, and that's embarrassing. Okay, so just like Valks, the bowlers can go around the outside, round the outside, round the outside. I'll speed it up because from here it's just a matter of trying to get as much percentage as possible to ensure I get a victory. Was never ever going to come close to getting that Town Hall. Alright, very hard to steer bowlers back into a base when you're out of wizards and out of wall breakers, essentially. Okay, all I could do was just freeze at the right time, and I end up with a little bit of, a bit of loot to my name, but all in all, a mistake. And I'm happy to share those mistakes with you because that's how we learn. Alrighty. Well, I hope you enjoyed this one. More bowler videos coming your way, no doubt. So, again, stay tuned for those. Some war attacks coming up. We're in the middle of a friendly challenge now with JLL, which is a very new clan, but they're a good clan. And we'll be reviewing those in the next one. Okay, as always, leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe, spread the word. Thanks for watching. Dev out.